So excited.
Like any athlete, Chuck Waind has his game day routine.
What's for lunch today?
Cheesy French bread.
Cheesy French bread?
But instead of locker room prep or warming up on the field, Chuck's practicing
Anyone want an autograph?
his signature.
He's got it down pat.
Sack Daddy block time. I'm him.
He may only be in 4th grade,
Set hut.
but don't tell Chuck that. He's the glue
Dimes. Touchdown.
of the Red River football team.
Mr. Chuck?
He means a lot. I mean, I feel like he's kind of like everyone's little brother. Like if we need someone to talk to, he's there. I mean, he's funny.
I mean, I already am really good at football, but
When it comes to Monday practices, Jeff Waind attacks the X's and O's on the Roughriders' offensive and defensive lines.
With all the spread stuff and all the different schemes, it's still man on man, and we're going to impose our will and push people around.
For Chuck,
water time. Water break.
Mondays mean a chance to hang out with 55 of his closest friends
Give me the football. Give me the football.
and his favorite person.
Okay, slap him to the right.
I mean, he's not the bossy one, but then he's not the quiet one. You mean who he is?
OD first, awesome.
It's our deal, you know, it's like my wife and her daughter can go out and have their own deal, and we just come do this, and it's, you know, it is weird to kind of explain to people because they don't get it, but it's like, yeah, we go to football practice, and even some of our friends, like, you sit there for 2 hours and whatever, and Charlie's like, yep, that's what we do.
Chuck Waind was surrounded by football even in the first moments of life.
It's not a fight to get him to come out here all the time.
But there wasn't a game plan for what would happen next.
Everything was fine, and then all of a sudden it was, okay, they rushed him out.
Jeff and Jenna Waine's first son was born 7 weeks prematurely. Seconds after Chuck was brought into this world, he was rushed to the NICU with breathing issues.
And it's like, well, we don't really know what's going on. And then the doctor comes back and tells us that he's got a breathing, just wasn't taking like full breaths and everything else. So they kept him in there for a couple weeks.
When Chuck was healthy enough to return home, that's when Jeff and his son's connection with football together began.
He would wake up for about 5:30 in the morning all the time. We started off watching like NFL Network or the NFL Draft, so I would record him and then for something to watch at 6 o'clock in the morning while I'm feeding him, and we just watched that.
And as Chuck got older, his interest in the game only grew.
Coach Wayne and I we both have sons the same age. When they were younger, our kids were here because it was daddy babysitting time. And since they've gotten a little bit older and they'd rather stay at home, but Chuck's one that he keeps coming back. And I think it's just because, you know, football's ingrained in him.
A lot of it was him. He asked if he could come and asked if he could come to games. And so he'd ask to get dropped off. Instead of going to grandma's after school, he would come out to practice and hang out for a couple hours and do that.
What started as watching in the stands turned into being on the sidelines during junior varsity games. Then ultimately, being involved with the varsity team, which meant more time with Dad.
No pressure.
No pressure, that's right.
I mean, his main responsibility is, you know, stay out of the way. He'll carry water at the varsity game sometimes. Usually he'll rotate off, running to get the kickoff tee from out in the field and everything else. But otherwise, it's, you know, he's more of, not a cheerleader, but hey, just be kind of one of the guys on the sidelines to kind of keep guys up and everything else.
That's Chuck.
Chuck may be 5 years away from walking the halls as a Red River student, but his passion for Rough Rider football is unmatched.
Let's go, boys.
You see the reaction with him after a loss. You know, he's probably taking it harder than, I know he's taking it harder than a lot of the kids are that actually played the game and had anything to do with it. Other way around, if we win, like when we win the Cushman Classic and stuff, and he's all fired up with that and ringing the bell, and it's like, okay, let the kids have their time with it, you know.
But it's more than about wins.
Mr. Chuck?
Ow! Golly!
It's the lessons that Chuck is teaching this group of teenagers that will stick with them beyond football.
Just get a cut, or?
I got a couple of them.
To be nice to everyone. I mean, like everyone matters. Like some of the quiet kids he'll come up to and just have a conversation with. Like the kids that like are shy and nervous. Like he like uplifts them and brings like a talkative trait out of them.
Want an autograph? From who? Me?
He's right there. He's back there. There's a guy there.
Coach Waind holds a fatherly role for his players, but there's nothing like experiencing the interactions with his own son right beside him.
Well, it's fun because we get to see Coach Waind be a dad. Coach Waind is sometimes a little on the grumpy side, but it's just nice for our kids to see too that, you know, he's got a kid and you know, the kid kind of looks like dad too, as far as some of the physical likeness or whatever. So I think it's just kind of cool. I think our players like when they see our kids around because they see another side of us.
My wife has told us that, and other people have told us that, is like, it's your mini me, and first couple times it's like, yeah, right, and then you see a picture or see us walking on a video, it's like, oh boy, yes, it's, yep.
3, 2, 1, 0.
For now, Chuck is suiting up for his 4th grade football team, but he's a coach in the making.
Good game.
But his dad is in no hurry for him to grow up.
Hey, nice job. Step fun?
That is a, you know, fun thing. I'm sure I'll get more out of it than he will, where, you know, we come to the games and, you know, he's got buddies and all of a sudden we see them and it's like, can I come on the field with you? And it's like, no, it's his deal.
Rise on 3, 1, 2, 3. Rise!
When I asked the players at Red River what their favorite memory of Chuck is, well, they all had the same answer. Take a look at this. Here's last year's game between Red River and Fargo South. The Roughriders kick a game-winning field goal as time expires. And who's the first person out on the field to celebrate? To no one's surprise, it's Chuck.
This has been Midco Sports Magazine, presented by Build Your Base with Beef Sports Nutrition and Training Program.